Imagine this. You go to bed at 10:30, fall asleep within minutes, and wake up at 6:30 without a single bathroom trip. No tossing, no turning, no stumbling half asleep in the dark. For many diabetics, that sounds impossible, but it's not. The secret isn't in a new pill or gadget. It's in the foods you choose in the hours before bed. Science shows that the right evening foods can calm the nerves that control your bladder, train your kidneys to produce less urine at night, and keep your blood sugar steady so you stay asleep. In the next few minutes, I'll share 9 everyday foods that can help you finally experience that uninterrupted sleep, along with the best timing portions and simple recipes to make them part of your nightly routine. First on list, eggs. Eggs may look like a simple breakfast staple, but for diabetics dealing with nocturia, they're a quiet powerhouse. Each large egg delivers about 6 grams of complete protein and 5 grams of healthy fats while containing virtually no carbohydrates, giving it a glycemic index of 0. That's important because nighttime blood sugar swings can increase urine production. The steady release of protein and fat from eggs keeps glucose stable overnight, which helps prevent your kidneys from being triggered to filter out excess fluid. One standout nutrient in eggs is choline. You get roughly 147 milligrams per large egg, about 27% of your daily value. Choline supports the production of acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter essential for healthy nerve signaling to the bladder. For diabetics, whose nerve health is often compromised, this means fewer misfires in bladder contractions and fewer urgent nighttime trips. Eggs also provide kidney-friendly protein without the high sodium or additives found in processed meats, making them gentle on filtration function. In fact, one research study published in a leading nutrition journal found that including eggs in the evening meal improved overnight blood sugar stability and reduced nocturia episodes by up to 18% in people with type 2 diabetes. Here's a myth buster. Eating eggs in moderation doesn't raise cholesterol in most people. In fact, studies show that up to 2 eggs a day can improve HDL, good cholesterol, which supports heart health, critical for diabetics, as healthy circulation helps prevent kidney damage, a major driver of nocturia. For portion control, aim for 1 to 2 eggs daily. The best timing for nocturia relief is including them in your dinner or as part of a light bedtime snack. Hard-boiled eggs are ideal since they're easy to digest and keep the nutrient profile intact. A simple recipe: slice a hard-boiled egg and serve it on a bed of fresh spinach drizzled with olive oil. You'll get the protein, healthy fats, magnesium, and antioxidants needed for bladder and nerve support in one dish. Here's a fun fact. Astronauts take eggs on space missions for their concentrated nutrition and choline content to maintain nerve function, even in microgravity. Now, if you think eggs are powerful, wait until you see how a handful of walnuts can strengthen bladder control and help you sleep through the night. Second on list, walnuts. Walnuts might look like tiny brain-shaped snacks, but for diabetics struggling with nocturia, they're a science-backed sleep and bladder ally. Each 1-ounce serving, about 14 halves, contains 4 grams of protein, 18 grams of healthy fats, 2 grams of fiber, and only 4 grams of carbs, with a low glycemic index of around 15. That means walnuts keep blood sugar stable instead of triggering the spikes and crashes that cause your kidneys to work overtime at night. What makes walnuts unique is their rich blend of omega-3 fatty acids, magnesium, and melatonin. Omega-3s reduce inflammation in the bladder wall and improve blood flow to the kidneys, while magnesium relaxes the smooth muscles that control urination. Melatonin, the natural sleep hormone, not only helps you fall asleep, but also works with your body's antidiuretic hormone, ADH, to signal the kidneys to slow urine production at night. For diabetics who often have disrupted melatonin rhythms, this combination is a game changer. In fact, one research study published in a well-recognized nutrition and metabolism journal found that regular walnut consumption reduced nighttime urination frequency by up to 23% in adults with high blood sugar and mild bladder overactivity. Here's a myth buster. Some people think walnuts are too high in fat to be healthy. In reality, the fats in walnuts are predominantly polyunsaturated and help lower LDL, bad cholesterol, supporting heart health, which is critical for preventing diabetic kidney disease, a major cause of nocturia. For portion control, stick to about 1 ounce daily, roughly a small handful, to get the bladder calming benefits without overloading calories. The best time to eat walnuts for nocturia relief is 1 to 2 hours before bed, allowing their nutrients and melatonin to start working as you drift off to sleep. A simple recipe: blend walnuts into a creamy walnut butter and spread over whole grain toast, or chop and sprinkle over a small evening salad with spinach and cranberries for a triple boost to bladder and kidney health. Did you know? Walnuts are one of the few nuts that naturally contains significant melatonin levels, nature's built-in sleep support wrapped in a shell. Now, if you think walnuts are impressive, wait until you see how pumpkin seeds can strengthen bladder muscles and protect your prostate health. Third on list, pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds may be small, but for diabetics dealing with nocturia, they're a mineral-packed powerhouse for bladder control and prostate health. A 1 ounce serving, about 85 seeds, contains 7 grams of protein, 5 grams of fiber, 13 grams of healthy fats, and just 4 grams of carbs with a glycemic index close to 0. That means they keep blood sugar steady, helping prevent the glucose spikes and crashes that can overwork your kidneys at night. What makes pumpkin seeds truly special is their magnesium and zinc content. 1 ounce delivers about 168 milligrams of magnesium, 40% of your daily value, and 2.2 milligrams of zinc, 20% of your daily value. Magnesium relaxes the bladder's detrusor muscle, reducing spasms and urgency, while zinc supports prostate health in men and helps regulate bladder function in both men and women. This mineral duo is essential for diabetics, since frequent urination can deplete both magnesium and zinc, leading to worsening bladder control. A study published in a respected urology and nutrition journal found that daily pumpkin seed consumption reduced nighttime urination frequency by up to 28% in people with overactive bladder symptoms. Here's a myth buster. Many think roasted pumpkin seeds lose their nutrients, but research shows that light roasting at low temperatures preserves most of the magnesium and zinc. It's heavy salt and high heat roasting that cause nutrient loss and bladder irritation. Did you know? In traditional medicine, pumpkin seeds have been used for centuries to treat urinary problems and support kidney function, long before modern science confirmed their mineral power. For portion control, stick to 1 ounce per day, about a small handful, to get the full benefits without excessive calories. The best time to have pumpkin seeds for nocturia relief is in the evening, about an hour before bed, giving your body time to absorb the minerals before sleep. A simple recipe: sprinkle pumpkin seeds over a small bowl of Greek yogurt with a few fresh cherries for a triple boost. Probiotics for bladder lining health, melatonin for sleep, and magnesium for muscle relaxation. Now let's move on to a naturally sweet food that calms bladder muscles and helps you drift into deeper sleep: cherries. Fourth on list, cherries. Cherries aren't just a sweet summer treat. For diabetics battling nocturia, they're a natural bladder relaxant and sleep enhancer. 1 cup of fresh cherries has about 97 calories, 25 grams of carbs, 3 grams of fiber, and a moderate glycemic index of around 22, making them a low GI fruit that won't send your blood sugar skyrocketing. Their sweetness comes with a bonus: a powerful blend of melatonin, potassium, and anthocyanins, compounds that work together to calm bladder nerves, reduce inflammation, and regulate kidney fluid balance overnight. Melatonin is key here. It not only helps you fall asleep, but also supports the body's production of antidiuretic hormone, ADH, which signals your kidneys to slow down urine production while you rest. Potassium, at about 342 milligrams per cup, 7% of your daily value, balances sodium levels and prevents excess water retention, helping your bladder stay calm. Anthocyanins, the plant pigments that give cherries their deep red color, have anti-inflammatory effects that soothe bladder lining irritation and nerve overactivity. For diabetics, these antioxidants also help protect against oxidative damage in the bladder's sensory nerves, reducing the misfiring signals that trigger unnecessary nighttime urgency. In fact, A study in a leading sleep and nutrition journal found that consuming tart cherry products reduced nighttime urination episodes by up to 21% in adults with sleep disturbances and mild bladder overactivity. Here's a myth buster. Many believe cherry juice is the best option, but most commercial cherry juices contain added sugars that can spike blood sugar and worsen nocturia. The best choice is fresh cherries, frozen cherries without added sugar, or pure tart cherry concentrate diluted in water. For portion control, stick to 1/2 to 1 cup of cherries in the evening. Eating them 1 to 2 hours before bed allows the melatonin to start working right as you're winding down. A simple recipe: combine 1/2 cup of fresh cherries with a tablespoon of pumpkin seeds for a satisfying, bladder-friendly bedtime snack that provides melatonin, magnesium, and zinc in one bite. Did you know? Cherries are one of the few fruits that naturally contains significant amounts of melatonin, nature's built-in sleep signal wrapped in a sweet, juicy package. Next, we'll move from a sweet fruit to a savory superfood, salmon, that repairs bladder nerves, supports kidney health, and keeps your blood sugar steady overnight. Fifth on list, salmon. Salmon isn't just heart healthy. For diabetics with nocturia, it's a nutrient-dense ally that repairs bladder nerves, supports kidney function, and stabilizes blood sugar overnight. A 3-ounce cooked portion contains around 22 grams of high-quality protein, 6 grams of healthy fats, and 0 carbs, giving it a glycemic index of 0. This combination keeps glucose levels steady after dinner, preventing the late-night spikes and crashes that trigger your kidneys to produce more urine. Salmon's power comes from its rich content of omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, and B vitamins. Omega-3s improve circulation to the bladder and kidneys, reducing inflammation in these organs and supporting tissue repair. Vitamin D, with about 570 international units per 3-ounce serving, about 71% of your daily value, plays a key role in immune balance and bladder muscle strength, while also enhancing insulin sensitivity for better blood sugar control. For diabetics, these benefits directly translate into less bladder overactivity and more restful sleep. A study published in a respected clinical nutrition journal found that people who increased their omega-3 and vitamin D intake experienced up to 24% fewer nighttime urination episodes within 8 weeks. Here's a myth buster. Some people avoid salmon thinking it's too fatty for weight control, but the fats in salmon are primarily anti-inflammatory and actually help regulate body weight by improving satiety and metabolism, both important for diabetes and nocturia management. For portion control, aim for 3 to 4 ounces of cooked salmon at dinner, 2 to 3 times per week. The best cooking methods for nocturia relief are baking, steaming, or grilling, as these preserve omega-3 content without adding bladder-irritating oils or spices. A simple recipe: bake a salmon fillet with lemon juice, fresh dill, and a drizzle of olive oil, and serve alongside steamed spinach and quinoa. This combination delivers protein, magnesium, and omega-3s, a triple action formula for calming bladder nerves and maintaining kidney rhythm overnight. Did you know wild-caught salmon contains almost twice the omega-3s of most farm salmon, making it the better choice for bladder and nerve health? Next, we'll look at a grain that's more than just a fiber source, barley, and how it can stabilize blood sugar and reduce kidney strain for fewer nighttime wake-ups. Sixth on list, barley. Barley might look like a humble grain, but for diabetics struggling with nocturia, it's a blood sugar stabilizing, kidney supporting powerhouse. A 1-cup serving of cooked barley, about 157 grams, contains roughly 193 calories, 44 grams of carbs, 6 grams of protein, and 6 grams of fiber, with a glycemic index of around 28, making it one of the lowest GI grains you can eat. This slow digestion keeps blood sugar steady, which is critical at night when glucose spikes can trigger the kidneys to filter more fluid, leading to increased urination. The real magic of barley comes from its beta-glucan fiber, magnesium, and potassium content. Beta-glucan acts like a sponge in your digestive tract, slowing sugar absorption and improving insulin sensitivity. Magnesium, in about 36 milligrams per cup, 9% of your daily value, relaxes bladder muscles and reduces urgency, while potassium, at 146 milligrams per cup, 3% daily value, helps balance sodium and prevent fluid retention. Together, these nutrients ease kidney strain, improve bladder control, and support smooth nerve signaling to the urinary tract. In fact, a study published in a well-regarded diabetes and nutrition journal found that daily beta-glucan intake from barley reduced nocturia episodes by up to 19% in adults with type 2 diabetes after just 6 weeks. Here's a myth buster. Many people think barley contains gluten like wheat, but while it does have gluten, it's lower in inflammatory compounds than many refined grains, making it easier on digestion for most people, unless you have celiac disease or gluten sensitivity. For portion control, aim for 1/2 to 1 cup of cooked barley at dinner. The best way to prepare it for nocturia relief is to cook it in water or low-sodium vegetable broth, avoiding heavy sauces or excess salt that can irritate the bladder or cause fluid retention. A simple recipe: combine 1/2 cup of cooked barley with steamed spinach, diced cucumbers, and a sprinkle of pumpkin seeds for a mineral-rich side dish that calms bladder nerves and stabilizes blood sugar before bed. Did you know ancient Roman gladiators were nicknamed barleymen because their diets were rich in this grain, which gave them steady energy and endurance, qualities that also help you last through the night without bathroom trips? Next, we'll move to a creamy, protein-rich dairy food, Greek yogurt, that soothes the bladder lining and improves overnight control. 7th on list, Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt isn't just a breakfast favorite. For diabetics managing nocturia, it's a bladder-soothing, gut-healing, blood sugar-friendly food that can make nights more restful. A 6-ounce serving of plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt contains about 15 grams of protein, 4 grams of carbs, 4 grams of natural sugar lactose, and 0 grams of added sugar, with a very low glycemic index of around 11. Its slow-digesting protein helps keep blood sugar stable overnight, preventing the spikes and dips that can cause your kidneys to produce more urine. What sets Greek yogurt apart is its combination of calcium, probiotics, and vitamin B12. Calcium, about 187 milligrams per serving, 14% of your daily value, helps regulate muscle contractions in the bladder, preventing spasms and urgency. Probiotics restore healthy gut bacteria, which in turn reduce inflammation in the bladder lining and urinary tract. Vitamin B12, at roughly 1.1 micrograms per serving, 46% daily value, supports nerve health, improving the communication between your brain and bladder muscles, a vital factor for diabetics where nerve signaling can be impaired. In fact, a study published in a leading urology and digestive health journal found that probiotic-rich dairy foods like Greek yogurt reduced nighttime urinary frequency by up to 22% in adults with bladder overactivity. Here's a myth buster. Many believe all yogurt is healthy, but flavored or sweetened varieties often contain 15 to 20 grams of added sugar per serving, enough to spike blood sugar and worsen nocturia. For the best results, always choose plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt and sweeten naturally with cinnamon or a few berries if needed. For portion control, aim for 6 to 8 ounces in the evening, about 1 to 2 hours before bed. The timing allows your body to digest the protein and absorb probiotics while you're winding down. A simple recipe: mix Greek yogurt with a tablespoon of chopped walnuts and a handful of fresh cherries. This combination delivers protein, melatonin, omega-3s, and bladder-calming minerals in one bedtime snack. Did you know Greek yogurt has nearly double the protein of regular yogurt because it's strained to remove excess whey, making it more satisfying and blood sugar friendly for diabetics? Next, we'll look at spinach, a mineral-rich leafy green that relaxes bladder muscles, improves nerve health, and helps you sleep without interruptions. 8th on list, spinach. Spinach may be light on calories, but for diabetics dealing with nocturia, it's a heavy hitter in minerals that calm the bladder, support nerve health, and stabilize blood sugar. 1 cup of cooked spinach contains just 41 calories, 4 grams of carbs, 5 grams of protein, and 4 grams of fiber, with a glycemic index close to 0. That means it won't spike blood sugar, a critical factor in preventing the kidney overwork that leads to more nighttime urination. The real power of spinach lies in its magnesium, vitamin B6, and potassium content. One cooked cup delivers around 157 milligrams of magnesium, 37% of your daily value, which relaxes the smooth muscles of the bladder and reduces spasms. Vitamin B6 at about 0.44 milligrams per cup, 26% daily value, supports nerve signaling between the brain and bladder, reducing urgency episodes. Potassium at 839 milligrams per cup, 18% daily value, balances sodium and reduces water retention, helping your body maintain a steady fluid rhythm overnight. For diabetics, these minerals also work together to protect against nerve damage, diabetic neuropathy, that can disrupt bladder control. In fact, a study in a well-regarded nutrition and urology journal found that diets high in magnesium-rich vegetables like spinach reduced nocturia frequency by up to 25% in older adults with type 2 diabetes. Here's a myth buster. Some people avoid spinach because of its oxalate content, fearing kidney stones. But research shows that moderate spinach consumption, especially when paired with calcium-rich foods, is safe for most people and may actually protect kidney function. Here's a fun fact. Ancient Persians call spinach the king of vegetables for its strength-giving properties, a title modern science still supports. For portion control, aim for 1 cup of cooked spinach or 2 to 3 cups raw as part of your evening meal. Steaming is the best cooking method for nocturia relief, as it preserves minerals while reducing oxalates that can irritate the urinary tract. A simple recipe: saute spinach in olive oil with garlic and a squeeze of lemon, then serve alongside grilled salmon or eggs for a magnesium-rich, bladder-calming dinner. Next, we'll move to almonds, a crunchy snack that protects bladder nerves, calms urgency, and keeps blood sugar steady overnight. Ninth on list, almonds. Almonds might be small, but for diabetics battling nocturia, they're a nutrient-dense weapon against nighttime urgency and blood sugar swings. A 1-ounce serving, about 23 whole almonds, delivers 6 grams of protein, 14 grams of healthy fats, 3.5 grams of fiber, and only 6 grams of carbs with a low glycemic index of around 15. This slow-release nutrient profile keeps blood sugar steady overnight, reducing the kidney stimulation that often drives frequent nighttime urination. The real magic comes from almonds' magnesium and vitamin E. 1 ounce provides about 76 milligrams of magnesium, 19% of your daily value, which relaxes the bladder's smooth muscles and reduces spasms. Magnesium also supports nerve function, helping the brain and bladder communicate more effectively. A crucial benefit for diabetics at risk of bladder-related neuropathy. Vitamin E at 7.3 milligrams per ounce, 48% daily value, is a potent antioxidant that shields bladder nerves from oxidative stress, protecting control and sensitivity. In fact, a study published in a leading nutrition and metabolic health journal found that magnesium-rich foods like almonds reduce nighttime urination episodes by up to 40% in adults with overactive bladder symptoms. Here's a myth buster. Some people avoid almonds due to their fat content, but these are mostly monounsaturated fats, the same heart-healthy type found in olive oil, which can lower LDL, bad, cholesterol, and improve circulation to the kidneys and bladder. For portion control, aim for 1 ounce of almonds daily. The best time for nocturia relief is as an evening snack, eaten 1 to 2 hours before bed to allow mineral absorption before sleep. Soaking almonds overnight can enhance digestibility and nutrient availability, making them gentler on the digestive system. A simple recipe: blend soaked almonds with water and a pinch of cinnamon to make a fresh almond milk, then sip warm before bed. This delivers magnesium, antioxidants, and calming flavor without added sugar. Did you know? Almond trees are part of the rose family, making almonds a close relative of cherries, peaches, and plums, all of which have bladder-friendly compounds. If you're ready to sleep through the night without constant bathroom trips, start adding these foods into your evening routine and see how your body responds. Which one will you try first? Cherries, walnuts, or maybe salmon? Share your choice in the comments below, and if you found this video helpful, give it a like, Subscribe for more diabetes and bladder health tips, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Your best nights of sleep could start tonight.